Hi everybody, Jake the Spirit Man here. Today we are going to be talking about a Greek spirit called Metaxa. And before we go too far, don't forget to, if you like this video, give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell, and please give me comments and let me know what you'd like to see in the future shows. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about Metaxa here. Metaxa is a very interesting spirit because it is neither a brandy or a cognac. Actually, it's in its own category on its own, but you will find it in the brandy sections of the liquor store. Now, the interesting thing about Metaxa is it started out in 1888 is when the distillery started up, and what it's made with is it's made with a musk wine, which musk wine is wine that's been aged in oak barrels, so it's made with a sweeter grape too. So it's quite an interesting flavor of a muscat wine. And then what they do is they take that muscat wine and they actually distill it down, and that would basically give you a brandy. But it doesn't stop there, Metaxa. Metaxa actually, after they've distilled that, they've aged that in oak barrels, but they actually take that musk wine after they've distilled it, and then they take regular musk wine and they infuse it into the brandy. So now you've taken a wine, mixed it with the brandy, and diluted it down to your 40% alcohol. And then, to add on top of it, they actually added botanicals. So they add some floral botanicals, and they add some of this here, which is star anise. It's a secret recipe, so I'm not too sure exactly all the botanicals added to it. But unlike gin, these botanicals are added not in the distillation process, they're added in after the distillation process with some muscat wine. Now, then they age that, so now you've done all that process. Then they've actually aged it again in oak barrels, the two of them together, for 7 years. This one here is called 7 stars, and each star represents 1 year of aging. So it's quite interesting, you know. Stick to the end of the video, and I'll tell you an interesting fact about Mataxa too, and maybe some simple words of wisdom from me. Anyways, let's maybe try this bottle out and see what it's like. I have had Metaxa before. I haven't had it in about 25 years, so I can't really exactly remember what it tastes like. But I'm curious to see what it's like. Let's crack it open. Okay. Very interesting smell. You can smell the muscat wine in there, and it has a bit of a slightly brandy, fruity smell to it. Let's see. It smells a bit like it's got a florally smell, but it's also got almost smells like a prune almost in a way. Okay. Wow, that's you can taste fruit like peaches. Nice and smooth, no back burn, really nice finish to it. The finish is it's got that prune like I was talking about. It's got the hint of the floral, but it's also kind of got I wouldn't really describe it as a smoky flavor, but you can taste the oak of the wine, and you can taste the aftertaste. Almost tastes like you've been drank a sweet wine. So very, very unique. I would recommend, there's a 7 star, they do make a 5 star, and they make some ones that are aged a bit longer, but I can't find them in the liquor stores in Australia. But for the 7 star, I'm quite impressed. I think it's very unique. You know, if you want to impress somebody at a party, or you want to have this in your liquor cabinet and try something different that is not a brandy or a cognac, I would strongly recommend this. And I think the Greeks are onto something. And the interesting thing about Metaxa is, because it's on its own keel, it's the only place that makes it is the one distillery. So it's not like rums or gins or anything where there's 5 million distilleries making the product. There's only one Metaxa distillery. And so, like I said, wow, this is a great little drop. I wish I hadn't waited 25 years. It is quite sweet though. So because of that muscat wine added to it, it does give it quite a sweet flavor. So I wouldn't want to drink a lot of this in one thing, but for It almost tastes a bit like, trying to say, yeah, it almost tastes like I'm drinking a rusty nail if you're familiar with the cocktail. It has that, you know, very, 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 you know, fruity, little bit of florally, sweet, but brandy. Mm, quite a nice drop indeed. So let's go on to my simple words of wisdom while we're having this little sip here. My words of wisdom today are very simple. There's two little flies, and they're sitting on a toilet seat, and they're having a big argument. They're getting into a big argument, both of them, and the one gets so angry, just flies away. And the second fly, he just gets pissed off. Now, the moral of this story is it's okay sometimes to be the fly that flies away, but you definitely don't want to be the fly that gets pissed off. So I told you at the end of this video I was going to tell you a fun fact about Mataxa here. The funny thing is their logo here on the front of the bottle, it actually became that way from when they first set up the distillery in 1888. They actually found a medallion that was in the foundations of the distillery. So they based it off of that medallion. So that's how you got the boat and the warrior in there. So that's kind of an interesting fact of this. And don't forget, guys, please subscribe to my channel. Give me the thumbs up if you like this video. Give me comments. Let me know what you'd like to see. And, you know, we're going to be doing lots of reviews of brandies, cognacs, and probably another one with Metaxa with maybe a more aged bottle and a less aged bottle and see what the flavors are different. But I definitely recommend throwing this in your liquor cabinet and pulling it out on a nice occasion and having an interesting drop with somebody. If you want to, you know, try something that you've never tried before, go and get a bottle of Mataxa. Thanks, guys. Keep your stick on the ice.